Right. Of course I'm listening. Ward C, second floor, admissions. Yes, I'll park in the handicapped space. That's me putting my coat on. I don't know why they're keeping you in. If you ate your food slowly like a normal person, we'd be watching Gogglebox right now. Tough? What do you mean tough? That was a nice bit of steak, that was. Tender. Tests? What do they need to do tests for? You eat too fast, that's all. And you talk when you're eating. You should chew your food properly. I'm fine. Don't you worry about me. Well, I'm changing into the plimsolls, aren't I? Can't drive in slippers. I don't need to sit down. I don't want to sit down. Too busy to sit down. Far too much to do. Yes, Hector. No. Don't pretend you care, because I know you don't. Yes, I've taken a painkiller and I don't want to take any more. Okay, if you insist on dragging the thing out of me, it's gulping, and right now they could cut off the whole foot and I'd thank them. But it's just a bunion. My bunion, the last thing we need is anything getting in the way of your drama. Yes, I know, but what are we going to do about the council? Yes, I know I phoned. You know I phoned. Twice. You were on the extension the second time. Hector, it's a minimum of 12 weeks. A minimum of 12 weeks recovery time. That's 3 months. 3 months of some carer fussing around, a carer we don't even need, because you'll be here to look after me, so... Talk to yourself, Johnny boy. I'm not sulking. I'm not sulking. I'm trying to find the spare fucking iPad charger because you're insisting you need the fucking thing even though you'll be home tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. And no, I will not take a breath. What have these things even for? Oh. Yes, I've looked in the drawer under the DeLonghi. I've looked on the wee elephant shelf. And before you ask, it's not in the Fred Perry, so... No, you didn't. You did not. You know you didn't. No! Oh. Well, maybe someone with an inflamed esophagus should be resting their vocal cords instead of shouting at someone who's only trying to find an iPad charger we're not even going to need. Geez, they're only keeping you in overnight. Oh, look, I'll just bring ours. You want it, you have it. I can go 12 hours without charging. Yes, I know there's a spare charger. We've got about 8 spare chargers. I'm aware of this. What does it matter where they are? Oh, I'm lifting the car keys and I'll be with you in 15 minutes. Yes, I've got the list. Oh, Hector, I can't think if you go on and on at me. Oh, Lucas aid. Check. Fix a dent. Check. Dressing gown. Check. Spare bottle of Dolce and Gabbana. Check. iPad. Check. iPad charger. Check. Happy now? Talk to yourself, Johnny boy. Don't you dare. I'm talking to the light bulb. In the cellar. I was in the bedroom when I said I was in the bedroom, and now I'm in the cellar. And I'm in the cellar because I'm sure I saw a charger last time well, I never put it down here. You always handle cables and chargers. Oh, you do. You know you do. I'm not allowed anywhere near them. That's your department. I'm not to be trusted. Hector. Hector! Hector! Guess what I found? Go on, guess. I'll give you a clue. High Carlside, 1981. There was 82. Ready for your close-up, Mr. Mackay? Oh, that old queen with a humpy back could never take her eyes off my arse. Had her own darkroom, did rather well, I believe. What was her name? Harry? Hammy? Handy? Hilly, that was it. Hilford Robinson. We met her at Arnott's glove counter. Owned that whole building, so she did. A woman of not so slender means. Always gave me her best toothless smile, did Hilly. I could have been in there. Well, she never liked you, did she? It's not broken. It was never broken. It needs a clean, that's all. I said I'll get her going, and I will. A bit of oil where it matters. A bit of TLC. It's all in the touch. I've always been good with my hands. Oh, I know where I saw the damn thing. 2 minutes. Visiting's not till 7. We've got time. And Hector, you will phone the council and get that carer thing sorted, won't you? The option of fortnight, if they don't reschedule. Again, I don't want the added stress of some wee wifey turning up. You've still got contacts there from your registrar days. And yes, I know it's a different department. Oh, I said I'll find it, and I'll find it. No, I don't need to think about it. No need to think about it, is there? We don't need a carer, so No, I don't. I don't! Oh, God. Aha. Aha. Okay, I'm coming. Jeez! You think someone was dying? Oh! No! I'm not getting an Uber. Why would I get an Uber? I can drive fine. I said I could drive fine. I'll get an Uber. Want to hang up then? Hector, I'm hanging up. Uh-huh. I'm hanging up now. You tried to find one that's not energy saving, have you? They're like gold. It's all nonsense, all that climate change malarkey. Climates change. That's what they do. Everything changes. I've not had a minute to myself these past weeks, what with everything. Marge and Linda came up, naturally, insisted on staying a month. So much to do, so much to sort out. And then there's his family, the Flemings, the squad, weeping and wailing everywhere, all wanting a wee something to remember him by. It's all about them, of course. And now there's her on top of it all. I phoned the council again, twice. Does it make a jot of difference? No, it does not. Comes 3 times a day, 7 days a week. Maria, foreign girl. I say girl, she'll not see 50 again. Worse than useless. When I open a tin, Mr. Mackay. You always make our soup. Leek and ham from scratch. Far too much salt, of course. When I open a tin. She's only ever here for 15 minutes, but it disrupts the whole day. I say to her, Maria, dear, we don't need a carer. Why would we need a carer? After I have the op, which I cancelled, so you shouldn't be here at all. So please tell your supervisor or whoever it is pays your £8 an hour. If and when we reschedule, we will not need a carer during any recuperation period because we don't need a carer. Does she listen? Talk to yourself, Johnny boy. And no, I will not. Take a breath. $32 waste. Weight Watchers. Atkins. Don't make me laugh. You really want to shed the pounds? Get yourself on the stage 4 esophageal cancer diet. 5 stones. 5 stones in 5 days. We'll even throw in pneumonia for that last wee bit of hard to shift weight. 67. 67, no age at all. 82, now that's an age. And now I'm hearing things. Thank you, God. This isn't supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen is I go first. I drink like a fish. I take no exercise. I eat all the wrong food. I had lung cancer 4 years ago. Hard to believe, isn't it? But I did. I was under the knife and they cut it out. Broke my breastbone and cut it all out. Fighting for it now, of course. Apart from the bunion. Here we go. He made a decision back then, Mr. Decision Maker, in the war, just before they gave me the good drugs. I was 78, there were risks. If things didn't go well, they didn't want to hang around. And what sauce for the goose? He knew, you know. You knew, didn't you? You knew something was up months ago and you never said a word. Of course, that's him all over the back. Let's keep it from Johnny because Johnny worries. Let's protect Johnny because Johnny's too much of a neurotic to handle anything of any significance. If you told me, if you just said something, we could have maybe... He wanted to pee, but he couldn't. His cock was all burrowed back up into what was left of his beautiful body. But I got it out. First time I've had my hand on Wolfie in 20 years. And you managed a few drops. Always been good with my hands, me. It's all in the touch. Lovely Wolfie. She's left her bag, hasn't she? Again. I keep telling her 3 times, I say, don't forget your bag, dear. Does she listen? And she rushes off to open your tin for some other lucky bastard. Nearly the fucking elephant. Those things will kill you. We quit together. Well, technically, he quit first, and he nagged the life out of me every time I lit up till he took all the pleasure out of it. That's right, dear. On you go. And now she's on her phone. You'll not nag me now, Hector Fleming, registrar of this parish. One last fag for the last fag standing. Oh, there you are. It's been like Gleniffer Braes on a Saturday night out there. 2 police cars and one of those dinky wee paramedic vans. Paramedic gets out. Ginger boy, quite dolly, and he goes and he talks to these 2 policemen. Big, rough-looking laddie with sideburns and a wee chubby one. The 3 of them are talking to Maria, and she's showing them my phone, which I stupidly left in the kitchen. Maria, Ginger and Chubby go inside the house. Sideburns stays put. Then Max and Jimmy from number 8 appear and they spot Frances. As soon as she hears the siren, she's out. Is Frances, one of the first on the scene, and she brings Max up to date. Wee Chubby comes back out. They did a quick search. I could hear them clumping about. You know. And Max is talking to Chubby, and Chubby's getting out his notebook. Who knew policemen still had notebooks? You'd think it'd be iPads or something. Then a police van arrives, and about 8 of them get out, all wearing these high-vis vests. Max and Chubby go back inside. Frances is left holding Zimmy's lead. Zimmy's a wee dog. Sideburns has a word with the ones in the high-vis vests. The ginger paramedic comes back out. Then the high-vis lads get back in the van and off they go to comb the area. You get piles, dear, sitting on cold stone. Still there. Maria, a good 2 hours she's been on that doorstep. in case Mr. Mackay comes back. '82, and the boys in blue are still after you. Where's let's tell Hector? Oh my. Cherry's party. 1974? 74. Before the clubs, before the discos, before the pride marches and all that nonsense, we had parties. There was always a party if you knew where to look. So there I am, flying solo in my new leather jacket from Jeffy's on the high street. This was after Christopher. And I clock him straight away. Well, it rather than him, to be honest. Of course, I know Hector to look at, obviously, big lad, works for the council. And he knows me, of course. Well, I was quite a looker back then. He's standing there, can of pale ale in hand, 23 and thin as a rake. Everyone was thin back there. And I'm trying to work out if it's wasps or fleas on this totally out there waistcoat. It's bumblebees. Gloria Gaynor's belting out the Bang & Olufsen. He catches my eye, then marches over right through the dancers and whispers, "The party's over, Johnny boy. Time to go." You'd be furious if you could see me perched up here. "Stay where you are, you stupid old bastard!" And you'd be right there holding the ladder and calling me for everything, "Stupid old bastard!" Of course, I can give as good as I get. I can, always good. And we having this huge shouting match, and he'd hold out his hand for me to take, and I'd refuse to take it and wobble a wee bit more, maybe even a bit of an extra wobble to really worry him. Then he'd grab my hand and wrap his big fingers over mine, and I'd yell at him and he'd yell at me, and I'd storm off, sulk a bit. And he'd call through, "Whiskey and water?" "Not too much water." "I know the way you like it." Far too much water. I've had my whiskey and water every night for a month, the way I like it. Say it. Go on, say it. Say it. Those things will kill you. Oh, stale. Stale. Even fags get old. Told you I get it working, but do you listen? No one listens. Yo. You're listening, I know, but you've paid good money to listen. But you'll be leaving soon. Everyone leaves. Cherry, Alan, Christopher, Hilly, all gone. The party's over. Johnny boy, time to go. Hello, Mr. Mackay? Now, where are you? Oh, you're here. Somewhere. Who was in the Paisley Express then? Twice. Go on, guess. They sent a photographer and a journalist to interview me. Well, as I suppose me and Maria, since she's insisting she rescued me following a Renfrewshire-wide manhunt. The media do like their happy endings, don't they? We're sitting on the Chesterfield. This is after I'm whisked off to the Royal and checked over, Maria in tow, naturally. Lovely big Nigerian doctor. Call me Babatunde, Mr. Mackay says. Of course, I'm right as rain, of course, apart from a few bruises, so they pack me off back home in a taxi the next morning. But we won't let the truth get in the way of a good story, will we? So I let Maria tell it her way, and she rambles on about how she found the house empty when she came back for her bag, and how vulnerable I've been since the passing of my partner, and how she phoned emergency services and then waited on the doorstep for 3 hours. Closer to 2, I think, my dear, but we won't split hairs, will we? You like? It's like a glove. Maria tells the journalist, nice lad, wee tash, and the strangest looking eyebrows you've ever seen. She tells him how relieved she is I'm all right, because she was so worried I'd wandered off, because I'm such a lovely elderly gentleman, and I've been so lonely recently. Anyway, they take some photos, and 2 days later, there I am on the front page, and it just snowballs from there. BBC Scotland got hold of the story, and they sell some laddie to interview me. And the Paisley Express's website crashes. What with folk wanting to know where to send cards and flowers and messages of support for Mr. Mackay. Don't you just hate cut flowers? So they do a follow-up story. Same photographer, different journalist, and this time they ask about me. Me, just me, what I've done, who I am. So of course I give them the cleaned up version, naturally. National service, then running away to London with Maud for the coronation, my stint in the hospitality sector, the Minza with Christopher, then Abuja, Cape Town, then the great homecoming back here. And you know, some LGBT BBQ youth group in Bargarin wants to do a short film about me. Then the gift baskets start arriving. I give them to Maria because I'm drowning in the things. Then she's drowning in the things. So she says, why don't we hand them into the Trussell Trust place on Broomland Street? So we do that. They phone the paper, so more photographers. And then I get a phone call from the hospital. Can I come in next Tuesday for the bunion up? This is on the Friday. Might as well get it over with. It's only day surgery. And would you know it, STV are there when Maria comes to collect me. So more cards, more flowers, more gift baskets, and I'm back on the front page of the Paisley Express. 12 weeks recuperation period, my ass. Oh, still a bit tender. But I'll be back in the brogues in no time. And yes, before you ask, I am taking it easy, but today's special. Maria's getting a community award at this year's People Make Paisley ceremony. And as I'm the elderly, vulnerable gentleman she rescued, I get an invite to guest of honour. I think the press may be there. The thing's been held in the newly revamped town hall at... Fuck me! I definitely remember seeing... Yeah. I brought this back from Joburg in '94 after the election. Ivory, of course. Old ivory, if that eases your conscience any. I told him to tell customs it was plastic and the laddie let us through. Yes, I know. I'm a selfish, spoiled old queen. But I'm your selfish, spoiled old queen. And I know you're not coming back. Not now. Just coming, my dear. They want me to say a few words at the ceremony, so I made some notes. Maybe I'll talk about you. About us, the things we did together. The life we had together. You think the great and the good at the council are ready for that, baby? Vulnerable. Okay. Maybe she rescued me this time, and maybe I'll let the LGBTQ kids do their film. Can't let the truth get in the way of a good story. You'll still be here if I need you. When I need you. In 4 months' time. I'll get through the summer. Then when the nights are drawing in and the new support strut's in place, and I've done my research and got the drop right. 3 in the morning. One last fag. Cool your jets, Lassie! Thanks for listening. You can go now. Go on.